Texas Democrats say the Lone Star State will be a battleground in the 2020 presidential election. Today, Quinnipiac University released a poll of Texas voters saying former Vice President Joe Biden is ahead of President Donald Trump in the race for the White House. Political reporter Ashley Godot joins us now. Ashley, still very early, but interesting.
Absolutely, it's interesting, Mike. I can tell you that this is the first time I can recall that the president is losing an overall poll of Texas voters to a Democrat. And as you might imagine, Democrats see this as promising, but there is a but. All right, let's dive into these numbers. Here's that big headline. In the latest Quinnipiac University poll, Texans picked former Vice President Joe Biden over President Donald Trump in the 2020 presidential race, 48% to 44%. Breaking those numbers down by sex, women backed Biden 54% to 39% over President Trump, but men backed Trump 50% to 42%. If we break it down by race, white voters pick the president 60% to 33%. Biden has the minority vote, leading 86 to 7% among black voters and 59% to 33% among Hispanic voters. Now to the but. While this may look like a steady lead, this race is actually too close to call. Biden's 4-point lead is just outside the margin of error. Still, the assistant director of the Quinnipiac University poll says this should put people on notice.
Vice President Biden beats Mr. Trump in a one-on-one matchup. That could be surprising to people, given the state's history. But it's also worth noting that Mr. Trump beats 7 other Democrats that we matched him up against, all by small margins within the margin of error. Things are very close, and the fact that they're close in Texas should give Democrats some pause for celebration, but we got a long way to go.
Here's a look at a few of those other matchups. As you can see, President Trump has slight leads over Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, as well as over former San Antonio Mayor Julian Castro and former U.S. Rep. Beto O'Rourke. And speaking of O'Rourke, another interesting nugget from the poll, 60% of Texas Democrats and folks who lean Democrat say O'Rourke should challenge U.S. Senator John Cornyn instead of continuing his presidential bid. We have that entire poll for you online at KVUE.com. Chris?